I knew my daughter was going to be different. I knew I couldn't change that, but I could change the way that she perceived it and interacted with it, right? It's one of the reasons we wrote the book. It was because I wanted her to understand that anything was possible, right? And that she was limitless.
My name is Sarah. I'm 12 years old, and I started losing my hair when I was in 4th grade.
Well, my name is Sebastian Lemley. I got alopecia when I was about 6, and they started to come out in patches. And at the time, I was living with my dad, and so when my mom found out, she told my dad to shave it all off because it would look funny in front of my friends.
I would say it's an autoimmune disorder that makes you lose your hair, and it's not contagious. And if you see someone, and also if you see someone different, like that, like they don't even have to have alopecia. If you see someone different, you should really be kind.
It's something that makes people unique, and it's something that makes people different, and that is not something that they got sick and they got it. It's something that we were born with, and that it got turned on, and that's the way we are.
The biggest misconception for alopecians is that they have cancer. CAP doesn't say it's a disease. It doesn't say that it's a problem. It doesn't say it's an issue. It doesn't say it needs to be fixed.
I founded the Children's Alopecia Project in 2004, and as the years went on, we decided, let's do a camp. My daughter was 5 years old, and she lost all of her hair, and I needed it more than she did. She was a lot braver than my wife and I think that's pretty much the way it is for all parents, because we want to fix it, and realistically we can't fix it, so we have to try the next best thing. And I always thought, a cure is great, treatments are great, but I cared more about self-esteem. So I wanted my daughter to have a great self-esteem when she became a teenager, and that was the whole reason for me starting.
My first CAP event happened in 2009 in Philadelphia. Jeff Wojtowicz called me out of the blue and asked me to come over and speak to the kids, be the keynote speaker, and I had such an incredible time. The highlight of the whole speech was I told the kids halfway through we were going to do a smile relay and we we're going to pass a smile around, and I said, I love smiles the most in the world. Actually, I love hugs more than smiles. And Jeff's young daughter at the time, Sophia, ran up from the back of the room and hugged me on stage, and pretty much I've been hooked ever since.
We had met in Georgia, and Georgia told us about CAP and about Jeff. For me, CAP is a really great platform to be able to stand on that allows everyone to see their potential.
First CAP event was 6 years ago at Alopecia Camp in Ohio. It has honestly changed my life and my perspective on alopecia in all the best ways. Growing up, I just didn't have a very positive experience with alopecia. It was something I was told to hide. I was forced to wear a wig all the time and told I was like only pretty if I had hair. So going into my first camp, I never saw anyone else with alopecia. I would always wear my hair, and it was, after that camp I was like, I don't need hair to be pretty, like look at all these kids. And so it has really changed my perspective on alopecia, like what beauty is, and just blessed me with some really, really incredible people.
Yeah, my first CAP camp was actually an Alopecia Palooza in North Carolina. So it was a big one.
Purpose and meaning and connection and friendship in a way that I never knew was possible.
You gotta just be like yourself. You didn't have to like hide anything. Sometimes I just have to be careful if I take off my hat and stuff during school, but like here I don't have to worry about it.
Cap means so much to me. I mean, I've had alopecia since I was 3, and I never knew anyone with alopecia growing up. So I feel like now, now that I have this group, this amazing kind of family, it's like I'm making up for lost time. And it's just so awesome to finally kind of have a community that you've always really desired, that you've always really wanted. And now I have it, and I'm like, cool, I'm here, I belong.
Being with all the boy people and hanging out with people that are like me.
It was about engaging with other people and other parents and being able to help, because sometimes getting over things and really kind of understanding how it works, it helps to talk about it. It helps to help other people through it.
We had a lot of people that can't afford to make it across the country, or they have too many people in their family to be able to bring all of them. So I decided that if they can't come to Alopecia Palooza, let's try and do regional camps.
The only thing that needs to be fixed with them is their interpretation of what they need to be. And so I think that's what CAT does, is it gives them the ability to see you're perfect just as you are. And let's really accentuate those amazing qualities within you.
There's a secret sauce that happens at CAP where the kids are coming so vulnerable, and I think the parents are really vulnerable too, and we get to be there having been vulnerable for ourselves in the past. And look, some of us go through vulnerable times when we're here too, but we're the older, more, been through it, done it, seen it people, so we get to be there for these kids that are wearing their heart literally on their heads.
I just want to be I want to be strong and confident like them. I want to pursue my dream and not have to worry about if I have hair or not.
It's so inspiring for them just to see adults with alopecia. We're all so different. We do different things for a job. We've kind of had different journeys, but just to see that it's okay, you're so much more than your hair, and they just look up to all the mentors and all the adults so much, and it's really just the coolest feeling.
It was fun. I got to meet my 2 favorite actors ever. It gave me a lot of motivation and confidence. Yeah. That I can do the same thing everyone else does.
Going out in the world with alopecia and just doing cool stuff and just being like, hey, not only does it not stop me from doing anything, but it actually is something that's really, it's just kind of a cool, unique twist on it.
That's what they're fearing, that they're going to grow up and they're not going to be happy, that they're going to grow up and they're not going to make it, that they're going to grow up and a million things are going to keep them, because everybody else has got a hard time, right? And now I've got this one extra thing. People aren't going to want to talk to me. They're not going to love me. They're not going to care about me. I'm never going to find somebody. But when they see you guys and they see that love in your heart and they see that you guys are getting married, that you guys have people, and that you come out and fly out here just to show them that you care, it's life-changing for them, man.
Alopecia isn't a bad thing necessarily. It depends on your perception of it, and most people who have alopecia, like if you're curious about it or if you have cancer or something, it won't hurt to ask.
Watching the kids that always wear a hat take it off. And it's not about whether they wear a hat or they don't wear a hat. It's the fact that they feel comfortable, that they can take it off, but more importantly, it's their choice, it's their decision. Everyone is different, and that's normal.
I mean, I think if you boiled it down to one word, CAP is family for me.
Or Kevin. And like the other night, Kevin was running after Graceland, who's 3, going, no, where are you going? Where are your parents? Like, you gotta find mom and dad. And he's like as I'm walking, yeah, because I wasn't sprinting over there, but I can see how much they care. Joe, I mean, he was throwing kids up in the air. Like Anthony will take Anthony is the biggest kid, man. It is crazy to me. At the very first camp I went to, he was building a fort with like 3 other kids in the dirt, just getting completely dirt, like just didn't even care about what he looked like, what he was wearing. And I think that's one of the other things that's so neat about this camp. I think parents, myself included, will come and we're like, okay, what do I wear? How do I want to look appropriate. I want to look good, you know? And then you see the mentors come and they don't give a crap what they're wearing. All they care about is those kids. They care about bringing out the very best in them.